Well, as you can see, the junkyard tee is pretty much down to just a very little bit needing to be removed yet. But I'm going to take a minute here to try and show you why this thing was not only a junkyard car, but a total scam. I'm going to start by telling you kind of the Cliff Notes version of the story of how, I think I've already told you, but of what happened with this car. The guy I got it from found it on a Facebook post, or a marketplace post, whatever you call them, at a junkyard in Wisconsin, listed as 90% done. Needed wiring, steering, and brakes. That's all it needed. So we went up there, he bought the car, we brought it home. He decided that it was more than he wanted to do, and I bought it for really thinking it was going to be a bit of a parts car. Now, as we know, I kind of come on here, I don't know, last week, Sunday sometime, I don't remember. We had a little fun. If it runs, it lives. And I'm almost more determined now to put this car on the road than I was before. Because I'm going to show you that this car was put together with absolutely no intent of driving it. These people that did this and listed it and posted the pictures were running a total scam. And I'm going to show you what they did. So give me a minute here, we're going to move some stuff around and we'll have some fun. First thing we're going to look at is the front spindles. Now, they're both, I know you can hear that, completely smoked. But not only is this one smoked, this one, I don't even know what kind of tomfoolery's happened here to put this together the way it is. But yeah, it's just kind of it's a total shit show. It's just straight up a shit show. So we'll start with that. And I know somebody's gonna say, you know, that's where, you know, Joe, it'd been driven. Ain't no way. But we'll continue with that later. No big deal. We'll take it apart. That's kind of my intent. I never had any thought that this thing was going to go down the road without being tore apart. But we'll start there. We're going to come back to like these brackets that were never welded, and the only thing really holding the front suspension on is that top bolt on each side. Again, no big deal, and given their welding skills, I thank them for not doing it. These brackets that are here for the ladder bars, I think is what you call these. I'm gonna just kind of sit here a minute. Y'all kind of soak this in. Now, those are concrete anchors spun backwards. They're on both sides. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, what the fuck? Literally. How, I mean, I don't even know what to say about that. I really don't. Matter of, we're gonna move on. Again, you know, I think I've showed you more classic bad welds, which, you know, is just a lack of skill and not necessarily a total stack on fuckery. Let's come back here to the shocks. Now, again, I'll show you the lovely bracketry and welding and precision engineering that went into this situation. But if you had any intention of a car going down the road, would you put it together with the shocks completely bottomed out? Probably not. Just a guess on my part. I think you'd want a little suspension travel. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys tell me. But let's just sit here a minute and we'll have a conversation. So, if just this little bit here that I showed you wasn't enough to convince you this was a scam, and the fact that I told you that this car was listed as being 90% done, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I probably couldn't convince you. But, you know, I mean, I still think we can build something out of this. I think we're going to take the opportunity to try and fashion something out of this. I don't know that it'll be the prettiest tea bucket you ever seen, but by God, I'm kind of interested in getting this thing to actually be a drivable, working piece of machinery. But, you know, be careful, guys. I mean, make sure before you go traveling halfway across the country. I don't know. I know a lot of people who have traveled halfway across the country just to get there and find shit. You know, they come home, you're pissed off because, you know, this guy wasted, you know, a day or more of your time. Maybe in some cases, I've even heard where they've had to get hotels or whatever and stay the night. Just show up and the thing be a total piece of crap. But, you know, these people are out there. This was done intentionally. There's absolutely no way that anybody did this, you know, thinking that this thing would ever go down the road with what they put together. Ain't no way. I think I showed you the little fence post freaking cross member up there too. I don't remember or not, but it's just a piece of little thin wall tubing that they got the front perch booger welded to. But yeah, you know, I'm not bitching, or at least I'm not trying to bitch. I knew what I was getting when I got it. I was kind of buying a parts car at the time, and I knew that there was no way that this thing wasn't going to get blown completely apart when I said I was going to try and put it back on the road. And it's going to come down further. The frame's going to get boxed. The front end is going to get put together solidly. the concrete bolts will be gone. You know, shocks will fit, brakes will work. Booger welds are going to be cut out and redone. But watch out for these people. They're just, you know, they're vile people. They're out there. They've got no conscience. They don't really care. You know, they had a story with this where it was owned by an older gentleman that just couldn't finish it anymore. Old dude had no intention of finishing it. I don't know if he really even existed or not, but you know, apparently it was his daughter and I don't know, co-worker or something that was selling it. Part owner in the junkyard. I don't remember their exact roles. But, you know, watch yourselves. Be aware that, you know, when something looks pretty on the internet and the claims that are being made sound all that fantastic, that there's a chance you're going to show up and it just ain't going to be it. Or there's a chance that you're going to get there, you're going to be in love with it, you're going to buy it, get it home, and find out that here it is. Now, like I said, I'm not going to back off on my claim that I want to put this thing on the road. And I do still want to use as much as I can of what's here. The body, the headers. The engine's a little 305. I've been kind of challenged unwittingly by a couple friends of mine. They want me to put my 454 in it. But, you know, they're saying that a 305 can't run good. I kind of disagree. I mean, I know they're not the most desirable small block out there, but I think you can set up a little 305 to run pretty cool in one of these. And I'm kind of about half-assed determined to see. Nothing else, I can always pull it out and then put the big block in it. But, you know, be careful. Be careful, be careful, be careful. This really is kind of a sad tale for some of the people that are in this sport. You know, y'all, we're all in this hobby, and I don't think that there's too many of us that haven't had friends or whatever that's needed help, or we've needed help and somebody said, hey, you know, I got a shop, I got tools, bring it over, let's make something happen. We'll, you know, throw some steaks on the grill, throw some beers in the fridge, we'll have a good time. But there's also, and you kind of, you'd like to think we're all like that's what you'd like to do, but not the case. So, am I going to chicken out? Nope. Am I making this video to say this thing's a complete piece of shit and I'm chickening out? Yes, it is a complete piece of shit. Nah, I ain't chicken yet. Maybe later. But, have fun with your hobbies. We're actually going to get started on the Nova here in a little bit. I got it over in the lift bay. I want to pick it up, finish up what I got to weld on it, get the bottom end painted, and I want to actually start running some wiring and stuff in it. My goal kind of for this summer is to have it where it'll run and drive at least in and out of the shop. The old girl, she needs a couple windows. We're going to have her sitting in the middle bay here. I'll pull the interior or the door panels out of it, clean the broken glass out of it, and hopefully get it set up with some windows. Really, I don't need windows in it because I can probably count on one hand the number of times that I would have had them shut. This car, this car, I'm going to have fun with. There's just something in my brain that says this sumbitch is going down the fucking road. So, bear with me. I'll probably have other videos where I'm just cussing this decision, but I'll try and at least keep it PG-13-ish. And I hope y'all are having a good time. Enjoy yourselves. Keep your hobby honest. You know, stay honest, keep your, you know, keep our hobby honest. Keep it the friendly camaraderie that 95% of us are used to. And don't let jackasses like these ruin your fun. You know, if I was in a position where, you know, I bought this car and thought I was going to throw some steering at it and brakes and get it down the road, I'd probably be a pretty butthurt little individual right now. But fortunately, I kind of knew somewhat what I was getting into. I gotta admit, the concrete anchors threw me completely off guard. Nothing else surprised me but the concrete anchors. So have fun, guys. Peace out. Stay happy. Have fun. Catch y'all later.